When you get married, you know, from down here.
The man in that case would have to look after the cattle, look after the land, do all the dirty jobs. And you went down through different levels of marriage, right up to and including the rights of the feeble-minded and the insane. And there were rights for them to get married. Now I will allow you two to decide which of those are right. There you go. Now this was predominantly done really just to protect the rights of the children or the offspring that would come from such a union. Because under Brehon law was a law of great equality. Women were allowed to have the right to bear arms, to be warriors like Bouquet, Queen May, you know, there are many women, Bronnie Whale, the Pirate Queen. So women were allowed property rights. Yes. Whatever property you brought into a marriage was still yours when you left the marriage. You know, the husband wasn't allowed to say, that's mine. You know. It was only with the coming of the like, I won't say the Christian, but the British laws, where they did away with Brehon law, they did away with the Old Bailey clause, and they brought in the laws from England. And those laws were based upon very much a Roman style of patriarchal society. Now, some of that had already crept in, because the Celtic tribes were interacting with each other, and there was a little bit of already creeping in, but it became the rule of law during the Elizabethan period, and unfortunately women lost most of their rights and the men took over, and it was known as a patriarchal society. Hopefully we can redress the balance, but it's going to take a while. But it starts with one or two people and it goes on from there. So basically that's what hand fasting is. It's a solemn pledge to each other. It's a solemn pledge of your love for each other and the fact that you are giving each other a commitment. Now, it may not be a commitment for a year and a day. Now, it may be a commitment for life. But nevertheless, a commitment it is. You know, and if we were under Brehon law, then, you know, you'd have a great time. But just keep your eye on him. You know, and remember the 10th rule. The feeble-minded and insane also have the rights. Now, I have two little poems here which I would say normally at a hand fasting. But because we're not consecrating a circle, and because we're not doing any type of pagan ritual or ceremony, this is from the heart, and it has no religious significance whatsoever. They're simply words that are said with feeling, and that's how they're expressed, and I hope that's how they're received. Okay? So, basically, I'll put these on. Now, it's a beautiful day, and so this is quite apt. May the sun bring you new energies by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away any worries that you may have, and the breeze blow new strength into your being. And then, all the days of your life, may you walk gently through the world and know that its beauty is yours. Now this is an Apache North American tradition, and I have permission to use it. I always ask permission from the First Nation, and I have permission from the Choctaw. So although it's Apache, it's also used in Choctaw and Sioux ceremony. Now you will feel no rain, For each of you will be shelter to the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warm to the other. Now there is no loneliness for you, for each of you will be companion to the other. Now you are two bodies, for there is only one life before you, and may your days be good and long upon the earth. And blessings of hand passing are yours. Thank you. Okay? I wish you all the best.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you to us. That everything we put together today was the symbolism for things that meant something to Benni and I. I want to thank you all, strangers and friends, for being here, for celebrating this with us. But I want to explain most importantly the bouquet. The bouquet, I would like to... Thanks for coming, Loretta. You can sit whenever you want. I would just like to say that I would like to call the ladies that just made this bouquet and just explain this bouquet and how they put together this bouquet. It was flowers that was given to us from people. Naomi. Helen, Naomi. They made this and it was lovely. Maybe you'd like to explain to us the significance of the flowers, why you put it together like this.
There is 2 roses, one for you and one for Benni.
And then there are 3 of these little flowers that we got given to selection by Holly, and also there were some that people had bought. So this one is, well, there are 3 of them, and you can choose, I suppose, who's who, but they represent Bernice and Ruby and Tammy. And Ruby's the tiny little bud. And actually her jacket is exactly the same colour. And then these ones.
And then in the middle, in your garden, now where you are, these come from that, and you have one in your hair.
Oh, thank you.
And lavender.
Oh, thank you. Lavender comes from Philippa's shop, and it's from the lavender shop, and it's to bring luck. Where's Philippa? What does lavender do for you for the wedding? What does lavender do?
Perfect blessing for happiness forever.
Thank you, Philippa.
And then the centre of the bouquet is called.
There's not enough in here. Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to just say thank you to all, and for the girls that made the hair thing we had to do. Thank you all for all those contributors. We're going to start the ceremony now, and I'd like to call my daughters together, Bernice and Tammy. Tamsin and Bernice. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, you can face us, that's fine. I just want to say to you girls that you're really important. Because you're so important to me, you really brought something for you, okay? Something that symbolizes all of us. Daddy is going to give you.
All 3 of you, people, you love you all the same, and you're very important. And we're going to give you this as a token of this celebration. Can I give it?
Yeah. Well, Benni's just doing it. I want to say that I wore, because I have no family here or anything from it except for my lovely South African friends all huddled together there. I took this, which is my mother, which died when I was 12 years old. It's her pill box, which is to her. And today I was wearing a dress from that my sister had made earlier on, and that was just representing the family that couldn't be here and couldn't make it.
My young dove said to me, my mother won't mind, and my father won't slight you for your lack of kind. And she stepped away from me, and she moved through the fair. It will not be long, love, till our wedding day. She stepped away from me, and she moved through the fair. And fondly I watched her move here and move as the swan in the evening moves over the lake. Last night she came to me, my young darling. So softly she tread her and she laid her.
Okay, I think we're going to grab and you stay close here to each put your ribbons. Oh, sorry, we forgot to bring ruby ribbon. Does anyone have a scarf that they want to give them? Ruby can just borrow something. Ruby. Thank you.
Very long scarf.
Thank you. Okay, you're going to just put the flower. Yes, we'll just hold the flowers for a second. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do something really unusual. I just feel compelled to do it. And you know the flowers are significant. I'm going to throw the flowers now. Is everybody standing ready? I'm going to stand. You don't do anything.
Bernice, you go. You're the only one who you need to come this round.
It touched me!
You're the next one to get married.
I didn't catch it!
She came to you.
Okay, Benni and I are going to take as usual. Thank you.
I'm only 9!
For the little one.
Thank you for you, Ruth.
Thanks, Holly.
That's old enough one.
Okay, we're going to do.
I say no.
Benni chose the leather straps because it represents a chair binding in South Africa. In South Africa, you want to explain to them why you chose it? Benni calls it a rimpi in South Africa. Because in South Africa we don't have the willow that you have, which is so supple it'll just dry and break, and we'd use this for lattice and chairs and making furniture, etc. So and keeping it secure. So and Benni is the seat of the family, keeping us together. So he chose, and that's why we've got the leather strap. So Benni, if you want to. Yeah, I'm the white.
What do you do?
I just wrap it anywhere you want.
Say again?
Your whole hand's like did you...
No, we prefer to just do it our way, if that's okay. We're not, we're doing it from our perspective, whichever way. We're not going to follow that. So we...
Shades of grey, you think of.
Okay, I'll just get it below.
This is tying the knot.
Tying the knot.
No, lift your hand.
I'm not going to do this.
No, not okay. We're going to go and so of course we've got which symbolically just means the union for the year and a day, so that we're not going to always have those around us, but at least the ring will symbolize. Please take one. Benni made his himself, and that it's not completely finished yet. It's not a full circle yet, so I'll take this one.
Holly will know. It's a poem I wrote a while back for her, and I'm just going to read that now. No, I didn't.
Speak up, Benny, please.
Say again? Oh, I'm sorry. This is a poem I wrote. It's called A Song for Holly. I listen to the wind through the gills in the top of the double door. It hallows bits from the past. Some sad but most happy and glad to be let in. She thought banana has more than one end. The escalator was driven by the electricity. The courtroom will decide the outcome of their fate. While coffee is served at Dulce's cafe, long stride will end in tragedy. Banana was the color of the car. I listen to the wind through the gills in the top of the double door. More slithers of the past rush through the narrow space. Tea, sugar and milk, the perfect combination, just like our chemistry. Time does not exist in conversations, and apart is unbearable. I listen to the wind through the gills in the top of the double door. The tone softens to whisper the birth. The wind warns of her temper. Windsor determines her father. I'll have tea, but we cross the orange river for her sister. I listen to the wind through the gills in the top of the double door. Cut my hair with bosom exposed. The stork whisper across the Atlantic for red gem. That's you, Ruby. We did, and so did the wind. Holly, my mantere.
On my vows for Benny, I could have done 1,000 things and said 1,000 things, but I found someone years ago who said it perfectly, and I have never been able to find a better way to say it. And that's by Araya Mountain Dreamer, and it was my niece that gave me this book, and it's called The Invitation. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing.